I'm making this video to talk about the 3 main ideas of the Acne Revolution approach. Idea number 1, there are entire populations with no acne whatsoever. Let's think about a modern westernized society. This would be something like America, Europe, Australia. The rates of acne are prolific. One study in particular that I've seen looked at a high school in New Zealand and found that 85% of people had at least some acne. Granted, this isn't all severe, but this is at least some acne. And this is pretty representative. I would say it reflects plus or minus 10% what I've seen in high school and college. Let's compare this rate of 85% to some other populations. This research comes from a paper that you can read for free online, and I recommend you do so, called Acne Vulgaris, a Disease of Western Civilization. They looked at 2 indigenous populations, one Kitava of Papua New Guinea and the other Ashe of Paraguay. The Kitavans, they looked at 1,200 of them, including 300 adolescents. This would be young adults and teens, and they looked at them for 7 weeks and found no acne, none, not a single pimple in 1,200 people. They also looked at the Ashe. Granted, this was a smaller group, only 115, but they looked at them for over a year and found, again, no acne. This is a huge gap. 85% in modern day civilized people, and then 0% in some indigenous populations. What's going on? And if I were to just ask someone on the street their guess as to why this happens, why there's this large difference in the rate of acne, we come to idea number 2. Their response would be, it's genetic. But does this really explain it? Can this explain the difference? Genes. And I don't think it does, and here's why. One paper, called When the Eskimo Comes to Town, talks about the changes in health in the Inuit, also called Eskimo populations, between when they eat their traditional diet and a more modern processed diet. Their traditional diet would include things like fish, caribou, seal, and a modern diet, what they call trade foods, would be stuff like flour, sugar, or seed oils. They found when the Inuit are eating their traditional diet, they have rather robust health and no acne. When they're eating a modernized diet with flour, sugar, seed oils, they have much poorer health. They'll get more cancers, more heart disease, diabetes, and acne. These Inuit populations didn't have some changing genes when they introduced these new foods. All that changed was their diet. Maybe some lifestyle factors changed, maybe they exercised a little less, but it's still not genetic for them. It wasn't a genetic change that caused acne. So acne can't be fully explained by genetics. Maybe there are some genetic factors that are important, and I'm sure there are, but at least for these Inuit, their genetics didn't really matter. All that mattered was their diet. If they ate their traditional diet, they could have clear skin, but if they ate a modern diet, they would have acne. So the case of the Inuit's very interesting. If for them, all that mattered was diet, does it matter for us? Is diet principally what causes acne? This brings us to idea number 3 of the Acne Revolution, that the way we can check if diet affects our skin or is the primary reason why we have acne is self-experimentation. Essentially, change your diet and see if it changes your skin. Simple as that. And the way I recommend you start doing this so you don't waste a lot of time is start by making changes that take you closer to these acne-free populations. For example, many of them didn't consume any dairy, and we've often heard dairy could be very bad for acne. So this would be one of the first things you would probably want to check, because maybe one of the reasons that these acne-free populations were acne-free was because they ate no dairy. Interesting question. Why not test it on yourself? Here's the great thing about self-experimentation. First of all, you can do it. You don't have to wait for any kind of study to come out to tell you that dairy is bad for your skin. If you remove dairy and see massive improvements on your skin, you know all that matters, that it worked for you. But more than that, we can learn from each other. This is one of the reasons that I made the Acne Revolution, is that when you do experiments that improve your skin, if you share those results with me, I can learn from them and then share that information with the next group of people trying to heal their skin. Or I can share someone else's knowledge with you and then show you ways to get even farther, closer to clear skin, or how to recover best after some misstep. Maybe you had a bunch of cheese, you break out. How to recover most quickly? Maybe someone else did an experiment that found that out, and you hadn't done one yet, but since we're all working together, I could show you how. I put all of this and more in a guide that you can get for free at acnerevolution.net/guide. You can also Google Acne Revolution and Quick Start Guide. And I really hope you read it. It's a short read, and it will give you a lot of information. It will tell you the best food and supplements to add or remove, how to do self-experimentation, the self-experimentation I recommend to start out with, how to make it as easy as possible to get started, as well as ways to share and have the revolution grow. I really hope you guys enjoy. We also made an Android app to help you with the self-experimentation. At least when I was doing my self-experimentation, I did it with pen and paper. It was really disorganized, not very fun. I wanted to make it as easy as possible for you guys to get started, have organized results, and be able to see your improvements clearly. You can get it at acnerevolution.net/app or search for it on the Google Play Store. Again, the app is free, the guide is free. I hope you guys enjoy them. I really want to hear about your guys' experiences. Please let me know in the comments or send me an email, and best of luck.